recording. Right. Hello and welcome to, my name's Rob Florence of Consolevania, and hello and welcome to my unboxing or unveiling video of Shenmue 3. Shenmue 3, hold on. So, first of all, I get sent this because I'm a Kickstarter backer, because I went in with 600 quid. It's a lot of money. It was a few years ago. I had a wee bit of money came in for a project I'd done, and I kind of hadn't been expecting it, and the timing was great, and I flung 600 quid in. It's Kickstarter backer. I get this special cover. It's like a paper, like a low res. It's amazing. It's beautiful. But also, even though I was getting sent it already, I got the big collector's edition as well, because I just, I wanted to, because, it's Shenmue. I can't believe it's out. And I can't wait to do the review for you. I can't believe I'm going to be reviewing Shenmue 3. This is the best episode of Consolevania ever. Hey man, how you doing? Nah. Nothing yet. I know. No, I've been... I haven't even started playing it yet. I've not even started playing it.
It's funny when your parents don't realise how busy you are now.
Well, I've got the opposite problem, because I was hanging out with my parents. I was just walking around shopping centres on Monday. Nothing today. Just
hanging out with them?
Just hanging out with them. A couple of people in their 60s and 70s. Getting the kind of vibe like, when's this guy going to go?
I was going to say, do they actually want you to hang around with them?
Aye, just kind of stretching it out as much as I can. But getting the vibe that was ripping the arse out of it.
Not like an awkward date,
what I'm
but
saying
it's
is
with your parents.
It's much better to be busy. Kind of. Is it?
Nope.
Are you enjoying it? No?
I'm tired, really tired.
I'm tired as well, but it's just exhausted, so I fucking panic.
Do games help?
Nah, not really.
You must be playing the wrong games.
It's like trying to think of a good analogy. It's like trying to throw a cuddly toy onto a volcano. No, that doesn't work.
Keep going for the analogies though, I quite enjoyed that.
It's like trying to throw something that's fun onto something that isn't fun.
So, cuddly toy.
I don't find that they help. I don't know if we should be saying that.
It's really affecting your analogies anyway, I know that.
Aye.
Your analogies are really...
It affects everything, doesn't it?
Your analogies are a bit like a thing that was once a thing but it's now something else. I think games do help actually. I mean, my head's dead busy at night, and if I can actually play something, then I'm thinking about Luigi's Mansion instead of... Yeah.
I can't even get them on most of the time. Or if I can get them on, I'm like, no, this isn't it, you shouldn't be doing this.
You can't get your games on?
Plenty of other things you should be doing. I've been in my flat for 3 weeks, not me just putting the PlayStation on a couple of days ago.
Well, I've got a really good setup. I've got my PlayStation, everything's all hooked up nice and tidy and out the way and all this kind of thing. But now one of the babies is crying so much we have to put the baby in that room, so I can't get a hold of the PlayStation anymore. without unhooking it, pulling everything out, and dragging it into the lounge. And I can't bring it into the lounge because the older one, he's 3, he'll just go, that looks amazing, he'll just smash it. He'll go, Daddy, smash. So that's why the Switch is amazing. Because I can just pretend I'm going out to work and I'll just go and play my Switch. But then people see a grown man playing the Switch sometimes and you're like,
what you just said ago, what was amazing about this is what you just said a year ago is the reason why I was like, fuck that life. Nah, I can't, I'm not built for that life. And now I'm going like, well, is it? It's better than the silence.
I don't know if I'd swap the silence for the vomit and the lack of sleep.
Nah, trust me.
I used to think, do you know what? I'm getting up right now and because I can't sleep, I'm going to play some games. I'm an adult. I can do what I want, and I'd have some chocolate Cocoa Pops. And
What
life was amazing.
age are we talking about here?
30. I go, sod this. I'm an adult. I can sleep when I want. I got up and I played some computer games and ate chocolate Cocoa Pops. Like an adult.
I don't think there's any other type of Cocoa Pops. Nah, it feels different in the 40s. There's no, I'll get up when I feel like it.
You're up.
Get up.
Aye.
Get it done. Whatever it is, get it done.
Well, now I can. Well, now there's Rab. We're just talking about Rab. He's talking about the twins coming along, and he's gonna start just kind of practicing staying up at night. Because when I had Rocco and had one, you can stay up at night and play games and pretend you're looking after the baby. You're like, I'll take the late shift, darling. Don't you worry. I'm a good dad. And if you had a wee wine, you know, a bottle of milk, no problem. But with 2 kids all crying and vomiting at the same time, you just need to sleep whenever you can, or never. Just never sleep. Just never sleep. Just never sleep, man.
Quite look forward
Never.
to not being awake though. Although the fear of being awake again is a bit of a downer.
I feel like you should be just getting right into your game. So you should be just one of these guys that's completing stuff. I should be going, have you played this shit and you like completed it? Remember that?
Do you know, I think my taste in games has actually changed, or at least the way that I enjoy games might have changed. I used to put myself at the centre of the adventure that I was having. Whoever the lead character was, that didn't matter, because really that was me. Whether it was a powerful god, a great warrior, or a top scoring sports star, all me. It was me all the time. It's a pretty conceited style of enjoyment, kind of bit self-serving, but it's also it's a pretty natural state of affairs. The first point of view, the first perspective we have is our own. We learn to put ourselves in the shoes of others much, much later on, or not at all if you're a Kardashian or someone like that. So I find it interesting that while I play this beautiful game, Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch, that I'm filled with empathy for scared wee Luigi as he trembles and tears around this giant haunted mansion, searching for his pals and his big brother Mario. I love that this isn't a Mario game actually. It's so much more touching to see Luigi seemingly out of his depth, making his way through level after level. You know, if this game existed in the Chucklevision universe, then you know it would be Barry Chuckle searching for his big bro and hilariously trashing the joint in the process. Barry's Mansion 3, holy crap, this game it's basically Ghostbusters and a Chucklevision mashup. Who are you gonna call? Chucklevision? Nah, I ruined it there, didn't I? Ruined that last bit. Look, this might well be the best game on the Switch. I'm just gonna say that. And I mean it. Genuinely enjoyed this one even more than Mario Odyssey. It's Luigi's devices, his vacuum pack that enables you to trash the joint or tidy it up, depending on your outlook, and that kind of satisfying sound of constantly collecting coins, or even better, when you soak up a wee pile of notes like that. So addictive, man! So addictive. I genuinely had to stop myself from OCDing my nutting and making sure that I interacted with every possible item in a room before moving on. And often I wouldn't want to move on. The lighting And the foggy effects are often so stunning, it's great just being in these environments. Look, there's maybe a wee problem here and there with the interface. I'd ideally like to have inverted the Y-axis, but that wasn't an option available, and it did sometimes give me a wee bit of hassle aiming at targets that were a bit further away or fighting sometimes. But once I learned to trust that subtle auto assist, this became less and less of a problem. There's also a relatively slow start actually while you get equipped with your gear and the storyline lands of the evil ghost manageress while all that's set up. However, it is well worth the wait. Great boss battles and 17 floors of beautifully different concepts which keep throwing different puzzles at you that challenge you to use the same tools but in different combinations and to new effect. You know, you're often tussling with the same villains. There's only a limited amount of ghosts, of baddies, with maybe some small variations, but you're battling them often in entirely different scenarios or combinations that require you to change up your strategy. And it's funny. Ghosts who haven't let go of their former professions, occupations, loads of great wee jokes and sounds everywhere. And the gameplay, just so satisfying. I keep coming back to that. It's so satisfying. That's what this game is. Satisfying to slam ghosts into the floor, making the screen shake, coins spilling everywhere as you suck up that ghost and then your hard-earned bounty, all the while making steady progress towards your goal. This game is a keeper. Satisfying.
You seem very excited.
Very excited, Reece, yeah.
More excited than normal.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you make that yourself? Was that a photocopy or something?
Very funny, very good. I can't believe it's actually in my hands.
How long has this been in the making again?
And Shenmue 2 came out about 19 years ago.
And you couldn't come up with a better front cover in that time?
Well, go back.
Okay.
Go back.
This is slagging.
I just can't believe.
When was it? It was a PlayStation 2 when Shenmue 2 was it? Was one just a bit? Was it?
Oh, it was Dreamcast.
I know that, but I'm just counting the PlayStation versus the PlayStation 4.
Who cares?
Who
cares about PlayStation?
Hell, Jesus Christ.
I've never played any Shenmue. Why is it so good? Why is Eurogamer all over it? Why are you so excited?
Because it's one of the games that's most successful at placing you right into a world. And it feels like a home as well. It feels I think because it was a game where you had to go home every night. You had to go home and go to your bed every night. It just felt like a little life you were living, you know what I mean? And it's just something, I don't know, I arrived 2 days ago. The game. 2 days ago I arrived, and I've not even put it in the machine yet. I've waited 18, 19 years for it. I've not even put it in the machine. It's here, it's in my heart, because I've got...
Probably better until they fix all the bugs anyway. Another 18 years.
There's not going to be any bug. I just kind of feel like I keep going, when is special enough to put it on, you know what I mean? I'm like, would you need a run me? And it's weird, it's kind of, I feel...
Is it the story?
You'll put it in and it'll be like, mind that gif of Nedry that he put on his computer in Jurassic Park? Sorry,
laugh it up, boys.
Sorry.
You just laugh it up.
Is it the story? Are you excited to find out what happens in the story?
No.
Nothing like that?
Well, a lot of people have been talking like that, like, the story's not been finished. No, I don't want the story to finish. I'm like, I just want to go back. I just want to be that guy again. I want to go back to that world again. I want to go back to like the 80s. You know what I mean? I want to go back to the Dreamcast. I want to go back. I don't know. It's like time travel, isn't it? Obviously, I've got a message in the guest book in the game.
When did you do that? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
A guy commented last night on the YouTube review of Shenmue 1 and 2, the guy commented saying that he'd seen it already, he'd seen the message, you know what I mean?
What was your message?
I'm not saying.
I thought you were going to say that.
You need to go and sign in to find out.
And is it the kind of game you could jump in and play 3 without having been through the journey? Or you miss out on too much?
I think there's a kind of recap of the story
Yeah.
that you can watch.
Yeah.
But
Is
just,
that good enough?
I would play them, I love them. Brian didn't like them.
No. How come?
Pretty dull, mate. Pretty dull. I get it's like Japan. It's like going to Japan. But
Try and slag in Japan there?
it's
pretty
too
much.
like, to be honest, it's too like what my life is now anyway. Just get up slowly. Although he had a job to go to be fair. I just get up and I make it to the kitten.
Shenmue around your flat.
I think because we're waiting for these babies to arrive, right?
Right.
And I was thinking to myself, you know, the babies will maybe be here and they'll play Shenmue and stuff and they're not here yet. And it just doesn't feel like everything's, like the game's ready, but I don't feel ready. Like the game is ready, but I'm not ready.
And if you wait for your twins to arrive, you'll never play Shenmue 3. That's
No,
just
never
gonna be
again,
never
no.
going to happen. I'll wait for the kids are here. Nah.
No, I know. I'm going to start it. Maybe I'll start it tonight.
Yeah. I recommend doing everything tonight.
Because obviously I need to review it. And I'm also playing Death Stranding, I know. It's been funny watching people trying to review Death Stranding. It's been funny watching people trying to review it because I don't think Death Stranding is a game that you can review in a normal way. I think it's always difficult to say this, that something is more than a game, but I think that Death Stranding is more than a game in a way. I think Kojima, in making Death Stranding, is reaching for something. He's reaching for the same things that people that write novels and people that make films are reaching for. They're reaching for something that is beyond the work itself. People who record great albums. So it's interesting seeing video game reviewers reviewing it as a video game, because a lot of the time Death Stranding doesn't feel like it's a lot of fun. But my God, it is special. And currently I'm trapped in a kind of limbo. We're waiting for these babies to arrive, these twins to arrive, and it's nerve-wracking. And we need to kind of stay at home and be ready, have the bags packed in the car and get ready to pounce at the first sign of labour. And so, you know, we're in limbo, and you're worried about the babies. Obviously, you're at that point where you're just like, right, we have got to full term pretty much safely. We just need to get them out safely now, and so you're worried. You know, I'm a guy that worries anyway, so you worry. And I think because I'm worried, I like a bit of routine, and because I like a bit of routine, and because I feel emotional, I feel quite emotionally vulnerable at the minute and a bit nervous and all of that. That's why I've been playing Chapter 3 of Death Stranding for tens of hours, maybe 20 odd hours, seriously. So I don't have a finished Death Stranding to review for you. I'm still in Chapter 3, and I've been there for a long, long time, loving it, transporting packages to and from people, and carrying a baby about with me. Shenmue 3 sitting there and I haven't even touched it yet. And the reason why is because the picture isn't complete yet. Look, I don't want you to think that I'm depressed, or I am really, really happy. Honestly, I feel really, really happy just now, and I'm in a great place, and I feel incredibly lucky, but still, there's a wee moment of hesitancy just now. There's a wee moment of hesitation because the picture isn't complete. The two babies haven't arrived yet. They're not safely here in our arms yet, and so it's no time yet to play Shenmue 3. It's no time to experience that yet. Currently, I'm happy just existing inside Death Stranding. And I've found it a very, very beneficial experience. It's really helped me. It's helped me through this process. Because I think it's a beautiful game and a meaningful game. And I feel incredibly lucky. I feel like an incredibly lucky guy. Because games, they help me. Art helps me get through stuff. Films, music, games help me get through stuff. They help to distract me. They help to liberate me from my thoughts, because your thoughts they'll get you, they'll punish you, and a lot of worries. You worry about your pals as well. I worry about my pals who have things going on in their lives, and I worry about these wee twins coming, and I worry about, sometimes I think to myself, everything's so good, something's got to go wrong. I mean, look at this personal timeline I'm living in. I know the timeline, I know it's brutal out there politically, and I know it looks like we're living in the darkest timeline, but me, myself, this year, I've had a good year. I've been very lucky, and I'm very lucky to be in love and be loved and have good friends and have great family and beautiful children, and yet here we are, just at a wee moment of hesitancy, and inside that moment of hesitancy, what do? We make connections and deliver parcels for very little reward. The only real reward is that you did it, you held steady, and you didn't fall down. Here is your review of the first 3 chapters of Death Stranding. Death Stranding is the kind of game where you know you're going to love it within 5-10 minutes. It's a game that's made by somebody who loves music, somebody who loves film, somebody who loves video games, and somebody who really, really loves people. I think really Hideo Kojima's games have always been about his love for people. He tells a lot of stories about AI. He tells a lot of stories about machines. But it's people that Hideo Kojima loves. The thing that I love best about the backstory of Death Stranding is that when people die in this world, they explode like a nuclear bomb. They go off like a fucking nuke. And it's nice that somebody out there has made a game about the real total devastation that death causes. So many video games are about causing death, affecting death upon the world. And Death Stranding is a game about the absolute devastation that death actually causes. It's a game about the craters that are left in people's lives when people die. I feel as if my life has been coloured by death quite a lot over the past 5-6 years, with the deaths of my parents, and we losing the baby last year, and you really realise that your life is pitted with these craters. As you age, you look back upon your life and you can see this blasted, wasted surface And you really spend your time having to try and walk around these craters, you know, just having to move over the terrain. And Death Stranding really is a game about moving over the terrain. Now, I am telling you, all of this is all stuff that I have gathered and read from a story that is only 3 chapters told. The game could go bananas after these 3 chapters and be not at all about what I'm talking about right now, but here's what I think it's about right now. And this is the beautiful thing about art, is that you walk into an art gallery and you look at a painting, and you can stand there and you can look at that painting for 10 minutes and it will mean something to you within that 10 minutes, but if you stay there for an hour it will mean something else. That's what art is. And Death Stranding for me right now, as I have existed within the early part of this game, these first 3 chapters, as I've found a comfortable nest for myself within this game, transporting this baby around strapped to me. And listen, I've no missed the meaning in that for me personally, as I'm waiting for these twin babies to arrive and carrying these wee babies, you know, in my heart and hoping that they'll be alright. And in this game, walking around soothing this wee baby as I'm running for ghosts and walking around the craters that death can cause. It's had a really, really heavily affected me. And like I said, this is all very stream of consciousness here. The meaning could change, but I think Kojima has made a game here that's about human connection and an existence that is blighted by the scars of death. I'm almost frightened to play more of this game because I don't want anything bad to happen to this guy, and I don't want anything bad to happen to that baby. And I'm really loving it. If you want me to talk about the fundamentals, man, I'm really loving balancing all these parcels. I'm loving trying to... And even that makes me think. I think about Jerry, my pal, who is so busy and has to juggle so much stuff and has to carry so much stuff every day. And I think about Ryan, my pal, who is quite isolated.
If you're a regular listener to Consolevania, you'll be used to our personal lives spilling over into your game reviews. This one's less of a spill and more of a pour. One more big awkward overshare to close out 2019. If you're after a regular reviewer, Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order, 1, I apologise, and 2, get a fucking grip. What age are you? I'm only joking. Have you seen The Mandalorian? It's magic. It's part of the reason why I picked up The Fallen Order. It's like a wee dream come true, that show. It rekindled my Star Wars enthusiasm. So when I saw Fallen Order, I was like, 1-player Star Wars game? Definitely count me in. So here's the question we're going to answer this month, kids. If a person has a head full of doubt and fear, can Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order be of any help? Help me, Bobby-Wan. What's the patter? Help me shut this up for a while. How do all the wee idiots that make regular games content prevent their own baggage from spilling in to their rubbish videos? I'm saying this is rubbish, I'm not having a go. But maybe they don't. I don't watch any of that stuff, so maybe there's a wee guy on GameSpot right now streaming Pokemon in tears because his cat isn't talking to him. I hate to be the one to break it to you, wee Jimmy, GameSpot, but things can get quite a bit tougher. It was 1 year ago this month. I was married with a new house, about to try and start a family. There was this picture of what my life was going to be, and I found that frightening. A year later, that's all gone, and now there's no real clear picture of what my future is, and I find that utterly terrifying. I've seen the setting of the Fallen Order being described as dark because it's set between episodes 3 and 4 when the Empire reigns. Dark. I think that's the Marvel film generation talking, because it doesn't meet my definition of the word dark. It's just a daft wee comic book world with Darth Vader in it, and a quite frankly incredible amount of texture porting. You meditate in this game to save and level up.
Our practice brings us to the edge of what we're willing to be with, what we're comfortable with. And the challenge then is to open at that edge.
Open at the edge. So just feel worse than you've ever felt and deal with it. Cool. There'll be no levelling up for me at the moment. I don't know about you, but I've always felt this pull inside of me, this need for meaning, meaningful interaction with life. I think I expect the same from games as I expect from people. I expect very few flaws. They should be very stimulating, and I want them to reach me in a way that inspires me. I expect too much. These are standards that I personally come nowhere near to meeting. But it's fucking far easier to go through life pointing at everybody else and everything else and tearing them down than it is to see yourself. For example, the main character in this game is like a Star Wars prequel Jedi in that he has no discernible personality, no depth. It's very PG-13. I hated using that holo map. I hated having to backtrack through daft video gamey levels. These slidey bits and rope grabs as if fucking Star Wars the Nathan Drake edition. It's important to understand and remember that if a person is stuck on a certain level, emotionally speaking, you should try, but it's difficult to make meaningful contact with them. If the tone is wrong up here, they won't be seeing the light because they're struggling in the dark. The controls in this game are floaty and doughy as fuck, as if it has EA-itis. Changing targets during fights is bollocks. The wall running and puzzles are so stupid. Asking you to scan things all the time is just cramming more filler in. Crates are pointless. 9 out of 10s, everywhere you look. But honestly, don't think you should listen to my opinion. Because I've got a head full of doubt and fear. And Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order was just no help. Here are 3 things that are better than this game. Having friends who will listen. Visiting your mum. A hug from absolutely anybody.